Well, good morning to everybody. Welcome to Bay Presbyterian Church on our worship of the living God. It's good to have you here today. And today we're also here with Robert Knuth. Robert is the son of Bob and Renee. And Bob and Renee are at our church, and we're thrilled to have them. And now we're thrilled to have with us Robert as well. Robert is a campus minister with an organization called RUF. It is our denomination's college ministry. And in the course of your discussion, Robert, maybe you could tell us a little bit about RUF, how many campuses you're on and things like that. And then maybe you can tell us a little bit more about your ministry. So why don't you go ahead and share with us a little bit about RUF?
Yeah, thanks, John. My name's Robert Knuth. Like you said, I am the campus minister for Reformed University Fellowship at the University of Michigan, which is really exciting because RUF, as the campus ministry of the PCA, is on over 172 campuses across the world.
Wow,
we have 5 international locations, and it's all over the country. We're in 40 states. We're right there at Florida Gulf Coast University, but at the University of Michigan, this is the first RUF in the entire state of Michigan. And so I recently planted this work in the fall of 2019, that former world before COVID hit. And so I've been here, I guess, a year and a half now, and the Lord's been very kind to my family. I have a wife, Catherine, who I met through RUF, the RUF internship, and then we have 2 small children, Peter, who's 2.5, and Abigail, who is 14 months.
Okay, good. That's a little family snapshot as well. And I know that that family is important to you. It's certainly important to your grandparents, who can barely stay still for wanting to go to Ann Arbor. So I understand that altogether. Tell me, in your work with RUF, how do you start a program like that? How do you it's a state university? How do you operate on the campus, and what sort of programs do you have on the campus for your ministry?
Yeah, that's a great question, because nowadays, there are a lot of campus ministries, but even just different ways of doing things. One of the reasons I really love RUF, and I feel like it is the denominational ministry of the PCA, is because we have a high view of the church. I'm sent as an ordained campus minister, just like John. And I'm sent as a missionary to the campus, right? And so it's a picture of the church pursuing college students in this crazy season of life that they're in right now, from 18 to 22. And so whether it's the wayward, maybe kid who grew up in the church, who doesn't want anything to do with the church, it's almost like he can't really escape our pursuit of him, right? Or maybe it's the kid who doesn't know anything about the gospel, has never heard the story of Jesus, and that's more true at the University of Michigan. You get to send a face of the church, someone who's ordained, but also seminary trained, which I think is a huge deal, especially at the University of Michigan, as these students, they're getting taught by professors with PhDs, who say Christianity is incredible, and you're able to send a trained pastor to campus with a master's degree and essentially say, hey, I spent at least 3 years of my life diving into the original languages of the Bible. I have systematics work. I have all this training, and would love to sit down with you and to ask the hard questions about the text, so that you might grow in your faith, so that you might come to faith. And so in RUF, our mission is to reach students for Christ, but also to equip them to serve, right? And if you think about that as discipleship and evangelism, or evangelism and discipleship, it's pretty simple, but the way that kind of takes root in our ministry is that we have one-on-one avenues, right? And so I just got done grabbing lunch with one of our rising female leaders, and was able to hear her story, ask her questions about how she's doing. And a lot of those are her wrestling with her faith, but also just me pastorally wanting to care for her better. Other avenues of ministry are kind of your classic small group Bible studies. We call them life groups here at RUF at Michigan. But then we also have a large group format, which is a worship service that takes place during the week. Ours is on Tuesday night, and I get up there and I'm able to preach a sermon to college students. We have music. By no means is it a replacement for Sunday morning worship, but the way we think about it is it's a sort of primer for Sunday morning worship, especially students who might not have grown up in the church, but even especially like a Reformed background and or a Presbyterian background. They're able to get a little bit more of a sense for what Sunday morning might look like, and it makes it less scary for them.
So really a differentiator is that y'all try to keep your students in the church as opposed to operating independently of the church. You try to work together with the church. Robert, let me ask you this question as we really wrap things up right now. I think that several people who are watching this right now probably either know somebody or has a family member that may be at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. So if that's the case, how would they be able to get you connected with people that they know may be at the University of Michigan?
John, thank you so much for pointing that out. I mean, that's one of the things I think I noticed in just even going to visit my parents who are down there in Bonita Springs for 3 months out of the year or so, is that there are a lot of Michigan people. And so whether you have a direct connection to the University of Michigan, or you have a neighbor whose cousin has a kid, goes to Michigan, whatever the connection may be, I want to be there for that student. I want to make the initiation, make the contact, treat them to a free meal, really display and give them a tangible experience of.
Let's back up to this free meal thing. Suppose the pastor for the church down here came to see you. Is that free meal still hold?
Man. Hey, well, yes, and we'll make that a good time. Hopefully that can happen.
Maybe they could contact either me or the church here, and then I could pass the name on and the contact information on to you if somebody has somebody they'd like to direct to you.
That sounds great. My contact information is plastered on our website. All you got to do is Google RUF Michigan. I have a short little bio that comes up. I have a female intern who works for RUF up here. And so we have a variety of resources and ways in which we can care for your loved one, your neighbor, your grandchild, whoever it may be. But also John's a great resource as well, and he knows how to get a hold of me. So would love to even continue this conversation with you if you have a keen interest in how God might be at work. There are a lot of encouraging stories that I've been able to be a part of and see.
All right, well, wonderful. Thank you very much. And we appreciate your time. And Robert, God bless you and your ministry there. And you can be assured that our church will be praying for you. And hopefully we can be encouraging you. And I'm going to try to get up and see you this summer. So that'll be fun as well. Robert, thank you very much. God bless you and your ministry.
All right, thanks.